No, I did not get a chance to see the stage, but we'll find out in a second. Boom, there we go, Demon Island. I should have just guessed. It's always Demon Island.
So this is going to be an interesting match, given what we saw previously from Kyna, where he was like struggling to find KOs. He had them at some times, and he was able to like get them early or efficiently at some times, but then other times he was like KOing with in-light. He wasn't able to find like the D-light recovery super early or at like even the right time that you want. The juggle game, it was okay, but if you're KOing with nairs, like you're gonna have to do a lot of damage. And so he just like barely outpaced, or actually he's in the elimination side. So he wasn't able to totally outpace his opponent in terms of the damage, and that worries me. But also I had red flags about Kaido, and then we saw his turnaround. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, yeah, every game, you got to take about game-by-game cases. Now, unfortunately, he did get kind of bodied in the first and the last game, but those 3 games in the middle, what a stretch. What a stretch, you know? Here we are. Oh, okay, gauntlet on gauntlet action happening there. He's going to be spent. You see in V3M not afraid to send some Shoryus out there. Unfortunately, going to take a little hard punish. And speaking of the recovery, gonna do it up there for Kyna. He is hurting though, so this is still good damage that Vim has been able to put on, assuming that he. Oh,
nice full combo. Side light, D light into the neutral light.
And the chase dodge down for the neutral light right after. Yeah, that was nice.
Ooh, just barely staying away from that. Even got the GC in light punish after. Just add insult to injury. Side singing just a little bit below V3M, who was stuck in the air, or not really stuck in the air. That's where he wanted to be. There's a nice weapon toss to clean up that first stock of Kyna. Vim's going to have his choice of weapons. He's going to strip that one from the field that spawns in right as Kyna almost lifts off from the sidekick. Spawn coming in. There's the D-light into the turnaround side air. That sent V3M away from the weapon so Kyna could safely get over to it. If he did side light in the same direction, or side air in the same direction, that's just going to put Vim closer to the weapon. My God, almost stole it.
Vim, yeah, he's so willing to go for that super high. I mean, it's a very good option too. If you catch somebody trying to come back in, this is basically a high force recovery instead. Could work out for you very well. Speaking of recoveries, trying to go for that. Oh, scooped. He should be able to at least touch the wall, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make that. Oh, the miss, the down air? You know there was only one spot. That was a ground pound waiting to happen.
Feels like a little bit of a flub there, or even just like a better placed down air.
Yeah.
Because like his timing was right, his positioning was just off. There's the D-Sig bouncing off the stage onto the top.
But would have been down for a GC D-Sig as well too, yeah.
Kyna's over here with 159 damage on the stock. He's KOing with a D-Sig that bounces off the stage, off the top on Demon Island. Not the most KO efficient options coming out. There's the in-light though from Vim, gonna send him away. Just barely whips the side light, and he takes 2 hits.
Okay. Dancing around quite effectively, boom. Sends him over here to the other side, and the pickup sent up and out, but I don't know if that's gonna put him well into like a spot to really take this comeback just yet. This is a 6-7% here on the Vim, so not a crazy amount, but he does get a weapon starve going. Hold on.
Ooh, okay.
He's right back in it.
Beautiful. Full combo coming through, putting out 50 damage. Now he's up to 74. There's the side light from Kyna. Hoping to interrupt a little bit. The 2-piece and the 1-piece this time from Kyna. There's the side light. Whiffs the D-light, of course, because there's the dodge from V3M. Gets the full.
Man, they are scrapping right now. That was just damage on damage right back and forth the whole time. Looks like Kyna is going to be on the winning side of that damage exchange, but just by a little bit. Uh-oh, this is a bad spot for Vim, and he misses another down air. Vim tries to get that turnaround. Not able to find it. Oh, man, he almost had the read.
He almost just basically redid one of the last, or maybe the first KO that he did, where he throws the down air, whiffs the down air on the edge guard, and then gets the D-Sig off the stage to back.
Excuse me? What?
There's the in-light.
Hey, in-light, brother.
And again, dude, like this, it's 621 damage. That is 207 on average per stock. That is so much damage required to knock out the opponent.
Yeah, bro, I mean, what an option to go for right there. That in-light was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
He didn't even pull the trigger on one of those side light or anything, or side air. He was just like, you know what, I'm close enough. Check the scoop. Boom. Sends him packing. That is a very good placement, or very well placed in-light for sure from Kyna. Taking that first game, now V3M, I mean, still keeping it relatively close. Shouldn't be too upset with that loss. Definitely is in an area where he can get himself some W's here.
Yeah, that was just game 1, but I'm happy with the pace that Vim has compared to Kyna. Going into this one, of course, everyone knows I'm a Kyna fan, so I'm going to be putting Kyna over Vim here, but I think Vim is keeping pace very well with Kyna so far. I think his Petra's looking great, the orb's looking strong. His gauntlets, they leave a little bit to be desired, but like also if your orb is good enough, like you don't have to play gauntlets very well.
I think Vim's gauntlets too, like he's willing to like at least throw out the Shoryu pretty frequently, and I feel like his accuracy on the Shoryu is not that bad. But yeah, for the most part, I think the orb has been his tried and true.
Yeah, also with the Shoryus, like, when he's throwing them out, rarely is there a like giant punish that is going to change the trajectory of the game. It's mostly just like either no punish or it's like a simple hit.
Right. Fortunately, though, he has not been able to get a lot of damage established on this first stock of Kyna, just past the 100 mark. Now looking for some down airs here, but he's got the orb in hand, and this is big. This is what could potentially, could potentially get him the stock. That was a nice little turnaround, neutral air into the recovery. And even though we keep talking about how like his orb is doing the work, but I mean, looking at statistics alone, he had the orb for a less amount of time, but he did the same amount of damage as his gauntlets. The damage is the same, but that is saying something. You had the orb for less time, but you did the same amount of damage. I'd like to see that orb back in hand a little more often.
Yeah, especially like in the air, like the way Kyna was like playing around up top, you can grab an orb recovery for a KO, and I feel like you're gonna hit that more often for, ooh, the second recovery getting the KO off the top, and now Kyna's got a solid lead. He's one stock up, and he only has 65 damage on this stock, so he's actually in a really good spot here compared to the last stock that he got.
Ooh. Okay. Vim now making his way back. Down real quick. Kyna, he's definitely marking that. That's the one thing I've seen him being good at in all the matches that I've been commentating with this so far today, is he is very good at marking that ground and making it real hard for you to land. Good catch there on the down sig. Yeah,
that can grab someone dodging back in or just walking back in, or it can grab an aerial person as well who's trying to get over and behind you. We don't typically see that sig used really a lot. Like there will be like a consolation D-sig thrown out on the edge, like, oh, I'm playing Zariel, I gotta do this, this is what I'm supposed to, here's the D-sig. But like throwing it out right there, that's pretty cool. And he got a hit with it. He also got the game shortly after that with a 2-stock. So it's definitely really sliding in the favor of Kyna now, especially now that he's 2-0.
Yeah. And so looking at the stats this time around, V3M had the orb in his hand for 48% of the time for 185 damage, and then the gauntlets for 41% of the time, 121 damage. I just think that like this was just a bad game, so it's hard to like really pull those stats from this one, seeing as the damage differential between them was over 200%. But I'm just saying, let's see some of that orb, brother. We might need to see that orb. And maybe pull back a little bit on some of the aggression, but I do think that orb is your key to victory here. We'll have to see how this one plays out.
So normally we're coming in with high strength orb onto World's End, and I would feel like that favors the orb player.
Right.
But given that we're also on small World's End with a bow player, that's going to let their moves also KO, like the vertical KO moves, a lot earlier than normal. So I would say it probably benefits both of them relatively equally.
Hey, so my man Vim trying to get back down to the ground, managed to do it right here. We're definitely right down the middle. Vim finding a nice little 2-piece here. Tries to get a Swanton bomb of a Sair there.
Oh, almost. Dude, just a little bit more damage and that would have been a KO, even from all the way down on the wall.
But I very much like that idea, though, for sure. The slide charge reverse. And he has been, falling for that. Now he's starting to catch on to how Kyna likes to use that down sig. Does get a punish, but it's not hard enough to go ahead and get him past that blast zone just yet. Who's going to be the first person to get them past that blast zone, though? That's what we're looking for. We got double gauntlets in hand. Hold on.
It feels like they're both looking for the recovery.
Yeah.
Oh, he caught him.
Okay.
Right in the air, and he gets the KO off the left side. That's a great way to start for Vim.
Yeah, the side stick going to do it up for him. Love that for Vim.
That'll do it. Yep. That's World's End. Might KO on like a couple of other stages. I don't know if it'll KO on every stage. There was a lot of damage built up though. There's the sidelight into the weight neutral air.
Okay. Oh.
Just a little bit too far to the right for that neutral air to pick up. That would have grabbed Kyna and brought him down over on the wall, forcing the edge guard.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Watch yourself.
Man, Kyna's follows after a whiff sig are like so quick. I don't know whether he's trying to hit the sig or whether it's just a bait.
Dude, Vim is
right on top. He's not attacking.
They're both just right on top of each other. No one's swinging just yet. Vim finally does get a hit right there, but man, that was just very intense.
Oh, got him coming back in with the edge of that hitbox, and that's going to be a KO right off the bottom.
Dude, this is just not, I mean, it feels like it's so close, yet it's so not at the time. I feel like Kyna, when he finds that like little window of success, it is so damaging to Vim. But outside of that, they've been playing pretty back and forth. Uh-oh.
Yeah, just Kyna's been able to secure KOs
a lot better
earlier than Vim has,
Yeah.
and I think that's largely due in part to the map. I think the ground pound's going to KO regardless when he grabs that someone coming in, even if we were on Demon Island, but still, I think this map gives him a lot more consistent KO options that KO a lot earlier. Like, Vim has those as well, but it seems like Kyna's able to just find them more easily. Or he was finding them before, but because of the map, they weren't a KO option.
Yeah. And so, like, as you said, yeah, this map should have been a great map for Vim, but, you know, not when you're on the oh,
nice.
That's it. What a catch. You are not crossing me up. Not today. Kyna, again, with the 3-0 at that, too. Able to take this game, and the lead just keeps getting better and better this time. This time, he got 548 to the 372, but I think it was like 5-something to 307 or 4-2. So he's managed to keep in that like 150 to 200% lead area. But that's just showing you that like he's able to close these stocks a little more efficiently. And on top of that, even when he does get those big, those nice windows that don't close stocks, he's just adding up a lot of damage very quickly.